Hello, my name is Jackson Arsdorf, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about plant-based dieting. Now, plant-based dieting has become kind of a fad, but also it's a different way of life for a lot of athletes and people in general. There's a movie called The Game Changers that came out in 2019 that goes over all of the aspects of how to change your diet from eating meat and animal processed foods to a plant-based protein and just plant-based in general diet. So I'm going to talk about some two main points that go along with plant-based dieting and that are the benefits from plant-based dieting. I'm also going to give you a couple of negatives because there are obviously some negatives to all kinds of diets. Doesn't matter what kind of diet you have, there's no perfect diet for every single person. The other thing I really want to make clear to everybody is that plant-based dieting is not for everyone. There are certain health benefits and certain health risks that people just cannot process plant food. Such as myself, I cannot process leafy greens and I do not process nuts very well. So some of this diet, because I've personally tried this diet, has been very difficult because I can't eat salad. Otherwise, my stomach starts to hurt extremely bad. So my first main point is mostly for athletes, and that eating plant-based really helps out with your athletic performance. The Game Changers really goes into this in the fact that you can literally look at blood samples from high-quality athletes, such as NFL players, and see the plasma in their blood is much clearer when they have a plant-based meal over, say, having chicken or beef. You can look at this as you can have a certain meal the night before you go to a performance, take the blood sample the next day, and you can literally see the aspect and how much a meat-based meal can change the blood. It's incredible to think about, and personally doing it myself has made me a believer in plant-based dieting. It really increases performance, and it can also, for the most part for me that I've noticed, is that it helps with my soreness. So I can go work out extra hard, and if I eat plant-based the whole entire time, I'll be way less sore the next day, which then again allows me to go push myself harder and farther that next day, and it allows me to be better than I would have if I would have been eating meat the whole time. Another big bonus of plant-based dieting is it limits your cholesterol. Cholesterol is a really big problem in the USA, as here meat is a big part of everybody's diet. We are led to believe that meat is the only source of our protein, that you have to eat steak, beef, burgers. You have to eat all the meat in order to get big and in order to get lots of protein. However, this is not the case. You can get all of your meat and all of your protein, not your meat, you can get all of your protein from plants. As in fact, the animals that we eat have to eat the plants in order to get their protein. Again, the movie The Game Changers really goes over this and saying that animals are kind of like the middleman. They take some of the amino acids and some of the proteins out that could really benefit us and benefits them. So we only get partial proteins. I looked up a couple stats on cholesterol, as before going to plant-based, I was really heavy in eating lots of eggs. I would have about 18 eggs a week, eat nothing but meat and cheese, cholesterol levels through the roof. So one of the things that I found is that 12% of adults age 20 and above, total cholesterol average is 240 milligrams. Now, 240 milligrams is the extremely high level of cholesterol. 95 million adults 20 or older have higher than 200 milligrams, so that's still really high. And that one of the nice things about plant-based dieting is that you don't intake any cholesterol. And if you are like me and you go from having tons of cholesterol all the time, you really, really feel good after staying on plant-based dieting for even just a little bit. So, some of the negatives to plant-based dieting, especially for athletes like myself in college, is that it is very expensive. Silk, for example, is probably about twice the price. You pay the same price for a half gallon of silk, which is basically just soy milk, as you would pay for a gallon of milk, which is insane. It's literally double the price unless you can find it on sale somewhere, which is really hard to do. And even then, it's still not that big of a difference. Also, eating on the road as an athlete, it becomes extremely difficult in that we eat at Applebee's all the time, and they only have select vegetarian options, which it still has milk and dairy, which I'm going to cover a little bit more about how this could directly apply to you. But if you're trying to go strictly plant-based, it's really difficult on the road. I mean, you look at McDonald's, you look at even Red Robin. Red Robin has some good options, but you look at a lot of fast food chains, and there's just no plant-based options. It's all burgers and fries, especially where we like to stop as the baseball team. You go to In-N-Out Burger all the time. So literally, one time I got 4 orders of French fries, which did not make my stomach feel very good later that day. So, for a non-athlete, how does this apply to you? Again, the cost is very huge because you don't want to be paying a ton of money for less food and less calories because you're just going to feel hungry all the time. That's also one of the negatives, is that when you eat plant-based, your body burns through those calories much faster. On the other flip side of that, you do feel a lot lighter. So instead of eating a big greasy burger and feeling heavy afterwards, you can eat a burger that's plant-based and you feel very light and you feel ready to go. And this leads me to the end of this, which is how does this apply to you, me, and the person sitting next to you? So look at your goals. What are your goals in life? Are you trying to be a high-performance athlete? Or are you just trying to have a healthy-ish lifestyle and eat somewhat healthy? If that is the case, if you're just trying to eat healthy, then maybe you eat plant-based for one day a week. Like one of the examples I thought of was Meatless Mondays. Meatless Mondays is a great option because it limits your cholesterol and it just allows your body to have one day of clean eating. But overall, the benefits of plant-based dieting is that you're going to lower your cholesterol. It's going to help you have more energy because getting all of the amino acids, all of the essential proteins that you get from plants that you can't get from meat products is going to help you just feel better in general. It can also help you increase athletic performance if you are looking to perform at a high level in college, high school, or even just working out at the gym. However, it can be more expensive, which is the only downfall of it. But overall, I would say that plant-based dieting is a very smart thing to do, and you should give it a try. Even if it's just one time a week, it can really make a difference in your life. Thank you for listening.